Good evening, short story writers. Tonight we are continuing the vegetable theme. I don't think it's down to COVID-19, but apparently there have been a mammoth amount of giant vegetables this year. Now, some of them obviously are grown every single year for the purpose, in England, I'm sure this happens in other countries too, of showing at what are called shows. And giant vegetables have been used in at least two dramas. There was Mrs. Miniver, I think it was, and also the Beiderbecke affair, which was if you can ever get your hands on that. I hope the humour's lasted. At the time, it was wonderful, dry, written by Alan Plater, and I'm sure there have been, yes, there have been, in its way, it was ahead of its time because there have been dramas with similar, or comedies with similar humour. But it was great. It featured the Yorkshire Supergrass, and somebody was stealing somebody's giant leeks. So that is your prompt for today. Now you might be thinking, think of it like this. In the detective fiction genre, there is this concept called the cosy mystery. So nobody gets killed, no car chases or anything like that. It's a bit more of, well, you can't say Agatha Christie because everybody dies usually of poisoning in her stories. But the crime is more the stealing of vegetables, that kind of thing. So, parsnip theft. I like parsnips. Anyway, they make great spicy soup, and they're wonderful at Christmas with honey roast parsnips. Very, very nice. How can you use this in genre as well? Okay, so first of all, write something along the lines of somebody cheating at a show. The show is for organic vegetables, and this person has used non-organic means, or vice versa. Some people who use regular fertilizer complain that somebody's use of some form of fertilizer, maybe human fertilizer, has given them an unfair advantage. So that would be the literary genre. Science fiction, fantasy, horror. Ditto, a cozy version. Somebody is growing something, and in science fiction it gives them superpowers which are of a non-spectacular nature. The superpower is they can, I don't know, they can do like Mary Poppins, tidy your room in 3 minutes flat, like in the spoonful of sugar scene. Horror and slipstream of fantasy. The vegetable turns out to be a relatively benign presence, a sort of almost like a Pokemon. People want to steal it from them, they have to thwart them. You don't even have to work comedy into this, it can be done very, very gently. So that means that thrillers, etc., are kind of out unless you tone them right the way down. A car chase, somebody who's stolen your supersized, I don't know, maybe you've used, okay, so, right, you're going to take part in some TV program where it's kind of, you have to cook something, but you have to have grown it yourself, and a rival has paid for someone to come and steal or thwart your efforts. So you have to use some sort of thriller-esque method to show them up at the finale. So I think this is less about vegetables and more about the cozy theme, because that is definite a substrata of literature which, if done right, can be most enjoyable. I mean, if you think about it, I know this is kind of going off on a tangent, but if you've never read Winnie the Pooh, forget about the Disney things. Read Winnie the Pooh. The humour is adult level. It's charming for children, but you will laugh your socks off if you've never read it. It's just amazing. And in a way, it's a cozy fairy story. It's charming, heartwarming, but it's never ever twee. Never twee, with the one exception, possibly, of Whisper Who Dares. Christopher Robin is saying his prayers. But apart from that, everything else in it is wonderful. And so that would be a great example of early cozy. And of course, you could all write a cozy mystery. Right, that's it. And 6 minutes. Okay, giant parsnips. I'll leave it up to you what you do with that. Happy writing. Good night.